Paul Hamilton, you've been covering the Buffalo Sabres for almost 30 years now, almost 3 decades. Rick Jeanneret, more than 5 decades covering this team, doing play-by-play for this team, and he is such a special part of the fabric of all of Buffalo. Last night, how right did the Buffalo Sabres get it in honoring RJ?
Absolutely. They did a great job, and they've been doing so well this year. I think they've presented themselves as an organization better than I've seen in a long, long time. They're just getting it right all year long, and they did this one. And it was just so nice to see the ceremony and the alumni, a full house, people going crazy, the players on the bench enjoying what they're watching there. Just everything about that night, from start to finish, was just so special. It was one of the best nights I've spent in that building, and I've spent a lot of nights over there, and it was just so special all the way through.
They're working on creating this winning team, this winning culture again, but how else can they get KeyBank Center filled like that again, while this team is still building?
Well, I'm wondering if they're going to get over 10,000 people to games now, because there were a lot of people in that crowd who hadn't been there in a long time, who maybe gave up season tickets, who were in show-me mode. Well, they saw a good game. They saw a team that's really improved. They saw a team that is 9-3-3 in their last 15 games, and they went there wondering, is this for real? I mean, can I trust this? And I think the players showed them. Alex Tuck talked about today that he felt that they showed the fans that they're for real and they're serious about what they're going to do, and they're going to do everything they can to try to win for themselves and for this community. And I think maybe some people had their eyes opened who were there, who were in show-me mode, and maybe they'll be back now in April as we head down the stretch here.
I said on Twitter earlier this week that I felt bad for fans who are missing out on this season because they aren't trusting this team. But isn't that distrust still fair?
Oh, absolutely it was fair. And Kevin Adams is the first one to tell you that it's fair. I mean, after 10 or 11 years, there are people, I talked to people who had season tickets for 30, 35 years, says, you know what, that's it. I'm not spending my money on this anymore. But those people will be back when they know that the Sabres have gotten it right. If indeed they have. I think they're on their way, to be quite honest. We don't know for sure, but it seems like they are on their way to getting it right here. But I understand a fan being skeptical. Oh, I've heard this all before. I've seen this all before.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
Totally get it. But these guys are good guys. You know, you can see it. When they put out the video, they're out curling together. They're having a blast together. That wasn't fake. They weren't faking it for the camera. I mean, they enjoy playing hockey together. They enjoy going to the Lakers game together. They enjoy curling together. They enjoy a meal together. They like playing hockey and being brothers. That's a big, big difference from what we've seen in the past 10 years.
And the team was all in on celebrating Rick Jeanneret last night. You saw at the end of the game, Alex Tuck and Cody Eakin approach Rick Jeanneret to escort him out to the ice for a team photo. You saw the players arriving to KeyBank Center yesterday in their turtlenecks and suspenders. And then Don Granato comes out for postgame, and we all laugh, and he goes, what? Because he's in his turtleneck and suspenders. Just the way that they were able to honor a legend, and they really all took it seriously. Does that also show growth to you as well? Absolutely.
And Kyle Oposo said, I hope that picture is our team picture this year. Because you know how they all take a team picture with everybody.
Of course, yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed, as they were lining up for this picture, they were coming out like, out comes the injured players. Subban was out there. They come running out. The trainers come running out. The doctors came running out. Everybody wanted to be part of that picture. And that's why it would be a very good team picture that they would use, forever and ever. So that was the thing that really grabbed me about the whole night. The fans didn't leave. They were all still there.
Until the very end.
Almost
and
all
so
still
loud.
There. Yeah, they helped the Sabres get that game into the garage. I mean, they were screaming at every face-off, cheering for them. It's like, great save. Okay, let's win the next draw, all the way down the last 30 seconds. And that's the thing that really grabbed me is like, look at this place. Very few people have left. And then they go to center ice and they raise their sticks, and RJ's standing on the bench, and they bring him out. Nobody left. They all just stayed there, and that was really cool. And it just maybe shows maybe the fans are into this again. Right,
and how important is it going to be for the fans to keep doing that, for this organization to have success again? Because without fans, you don't have your franchise.
Yeah. But this is great. Alex Tuck knows this is going to happen. Kyle Oposo knows this is going to happen. But this is great for Cousins. It's great for Krebs, Dahlin, Yoki Haru. Those guys never seen this before in Buffalo. Right. This is new to them, and they like it. They're like, wow, this is cool. This is fun to play, and they thrived with it. Who gets the goal? Cousins shot on goal. Krebs puts it away 2 minutes and 14 seconds into the game after they're all charged up from the ceremony. The young guys, they right away are right there and give the Sabres a 1-0 lead. Another young guy scores twice. Now they have a 3-1 lead. I mean, they were like thriving on this atmosphere.
The young guys were so involved, and one of the important things that I think that Rick Jeanneret said to us last night when we got to talk to him after the first period was that he feels that this team, absolutely, he would be shocked if they're not in the playoffs next year. And he said, frankly, he would be disappointed if they're not. Nobody knows the pulse of this team better than Rick Jeanneret. Mm-hmm. He's been around for 51 years. Is there merit behind what he's saying there?
I'm not willing to go there yet, but I think we need to see improvement next year, and I think we will. Mm-hmm. I think definitely will. I think we can't be not talking about playoffs by the holidays, which is the way it's been for how many years now? I think.
Well, last year.
Yeah.
COVID start.
Every year, yeah. But I think we need to be talking about the playoffs in March. We need to be talking about it in April. Whether they make it or not, I can't say. I don't know what kind of goaltender you're going to get. I don't know if Luukkonen's ready, those types of things. But I certainly think they're going to be better, and I think the organization needs to take the next step in the next year.
In the next few games, the season is winding down. What else needs to be figured out?
I think they are figuring it out, just the consistency of when you have a bad game. All right, Florida happened. Edmonton happened.
Yeah.
But the next game, they played really well and won against good teams. They beat Vegas the first time. They beat Calgary the second time in Calgary and shut them out. And that's a good team. So that's the difference. A bad game like Florida didn't turn into a 6-game losing streak like it always did before. Mm-hmm. A bad game in Edmonton didn't turn into a 6-game losing streak. It's like, okay, we're human. It happened. But we're gonna figure this out, and next game we're going to be better, and they were.
And with them being on an 8-game point streak, what is the difference that you see? What is working?
That consistency, that confidence, get the big save at the big time. You're not going to go 9-3-3 in 15 games if you're not getting a big save. And there are a lot of times this year where they had problems with that. They didn't get a big save. It makes a difference. Not having Anderson around made a difference. People didn't realize, oh, it's a 40-year-old guy, blah, blah, blah. Well, no, he makes a difference on that team. He makes them better in many different ways. And so, you get a big save. You have Samuelson here. That's like making a trade. As much as they're counting on him and as well as he's playing. So he's made the defense. It doesn't all fall on Dahlin now. You've got another guy you can throw out there who does really well, too.
And now another's going to be on the way.
Yeah.
We think soon.
Yes. I would guess as soon as the Frozen Four is over, another one's going to be on the way then. We don't know for sure, but that seemed to be his plan all along, even when he was talking about it before Michigan even started its season.
So if we wrap this up here, cautiously optimistic,
Absolutely.
You'd say?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think they're a better team. They're showing us a better team. And it's not just a couple of games. It's been 15 games now. 9-3-3. When was the last time we said that? You were probably in college.
Maybe.
That we're sitting there talking. They did have a 10-game winning streak in one of the seasons, but still, it's been a long time since we've been able to talk about that.
It was a heck of a March for the Buffalo Sabres coming off of a winless March just a year ago. So what a way to kind of cap it all off to start the new month with RJ Knight. Paul Hamilton, thanks so much.
Thank you.